Last episode, we arrived to the beautiful country of Peru, where we spent the entire day exploring the city and getting maybe a little too much sun.
Lima, Peru is very hot.
Now, it was once again time to board the plane to my next destination. Lima will be missed, but their airport surely will not.
So I just made it to Cusco, Peru, where I just had an authentic Peruvian lunch. At least that's what my Airbnb host told me. It was really nothing other than just rice, meat, and potatoes, but that sounds pretty standard. But yeah, so now I'm here, I'm in Cusco, and really the plan is just to walk around and check out the town before I head to Machu Picchu tomorrow. And as you can probably tell, it is not hot here like it is in Lima. It's actually kind of chilly. What I love about this town already is just how much of it is built on the sides of these mountains. Seems really impractical, but clearly there's not a lot of space around here. There are some really beautiful, almost like European styled cathedrals around here. I had no idea any of this even existed. This is probably the closest thing I've ever seen to a real-life castle.
Cusco, the backbone of Peru's tourism, the gateway to the ancient world, and Machu Picchu. Here, in the Andes Mountains, lies an unexpected collection of cathedrals and town squares, a history that goes back thousands of years and is so influential it gave the city World Heritage status.
So only about 500,000 people live here, which really isn't that much, considering how old this city is. The city was founded, I don't know, around the 13th century, and it was the capital of the Inca Empire for about 400 years. Now it's considered to be a World Heritage Site, and it is the gateway to Machu Picchu. So I think they said like over 2 million people visit this town every single year. That makes me one of them.
This relatively small city makes billions each year in tourism alone. And I was glad to see that the city was alive and well, even despite COVID. And while I didn't see a lot of tourists today, there was no shortage of packed restaurants and shops.
So you see these rainbow flags everywhere, you're like, oh wow, they're like really big and supportive of gay pride here. But nope, that rainbow flag is literally the flag of the town. I don't know, I just find that kind of funny. Even though I've been in Peru for about 3.5 days, I just now got a SIM card, because every single cellular service store, the lines are literally around the freaking building. So if you're coming to Peru and you want a SIM card, be prepared to wait, or do what I did, which is find like a hole in the wall, questionable retailer that has no line. This town continues to amaze me. I mean, we're in Peru, we're in South America, and this town looks like we're in Europe. I mean, I don't know what typical South American or Peruvian cities look like, but it feels like we're in some sort of European town square. So whenever I was doing my research, I saw that Cusco was actually named on many of the lists for top 10 most beautiful cities in the world. I think it was even on Watch Mojo's list at one point. I think I saw a video about that, but look at this. I mean, I can see why.
And I wasn't kidding. Perhaps the first building to catch your eye would be the Cusco Cathedral, located at Plaza de Armas, built in 1249. And maybe the most famous, the Iglesia de la Compañía de Jesús, which means the Church of the Society of Jesus. Architecture that makes you stop in awe. The camera just simply cannot do it justice.
So the mountain range that surrounds this town is part of the Andes Mountains, which is a mountain chain that goes down the length of South America. And a lot of these homes are actually built on the sides of these mountains. I've always been really jealous of cities that were designed around pedestrians and around walking, because this city sure is. Back in the United States, where I grew up, you have to drive, get in your car and drive just to go literally anywhere. But here, you can walk.
And with walkable cobblestone streets comes with outdoor dining, food that's easy on the wallet, and coffee to wash it down at every corner. And did I mention that it's an incredibly safe city too? It's a paradise. And if you love walking, you'll love this city. But be warned, this city sits at 11,000 feet of elevation, and it's riddled with, well, stairs, and lots of them.
Well, there's no way you could ever live here and be fat. Look at all these stairs. You're climbing stairs on the daily just to get around.
But the stairs come with a reward, a view of the city unlike any other. It was up here you can truly see the beauty of the city, of the plaza, and of the locals going about their lives.
So I climbed up about 1,000,000 stairs and made it to this overlook. Look at this view. I'm really sad that I'm only going to be here for about a day. I keep coming to these incredible places and saying I'm going to come back. This is another one, I'm going to have to come back.
And come back I shall, because if this city has taught me anything, it's that the ancient is alive and well, and that it's beautiful.
Wow, my biggest mistake this trip was not spending more time in this city. Cusco is truly one of the most beautiful cities. No, it probably is the most beautiful city I've ever seen.
To watch the sunset on an unfamiliar universe is eerie but gratifying, a reminder of how small and insignificant I really am. And that's okay.
So when I got here, the weather was kind of iffy, but now the clouds have kind of all disappeared, the sun's come out, and it is literally perfect weather. It's a perfect day. So the reason why I keep plane hopping the past few days is because my ultimate goal is to make it to Machu Picchu. And in order to get to Machu Picchu, you first have to get to Cusco. And to get to Cusco, you typically have to go to Lima. So I figured if I'm going to go to all these places, I might as well increase the layover to a full day and actually explore the city. So that's what I've been doing. And now that I'm here, I've seen it. Whenever I come back, which I will know what I want to see and what I want to do. So I feel like this is a good introductory, a good, taste of the towns. And I have to say, Peru, I'm really impressed with Peru. Not to say that I had low expectations or anything like that, but I didn't realize that Peru was this beautiful and that they had this much scenery, this much diversity. So, if you're planning a trip to Peru, I cannot recommend it enough, and I'm really excited to see Machu Picchu here in the next couple of days. I've talked to actually a couple of the locals, and they've said that Machu Picchu is in fact beautiful. It's not just like a massive tourist trap, but it is really worth your time. Look at these kids. I'm jealous, that looks fun. But yeah, I'm just sitting here enjoying the evening. And if you're watching this, I appreciate your support. And in the next few videos, we're gonna be making our way over to Machu Picchu. We're gonna take the Inca Rail, and hopefully it'll be fun and worth our time and go smoothly. So best of luck to me, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you next time.